Can we get you everybody in your seats, please? Good morning. Can we get everybody in your seats, please? Andy, they loved the first session. They loved it. So as I was getting ready to come up here, Shane Boyd suggested that we run last night's videos one more time. What do you think? I've got to thank Andy and Jerry Baker for a great discussion this morning about the future of journalism and facts and truth and trust. And in a moment, I'll be inviting Ron Kulp to the stage to introduce a panel on the fake news epidemic. But first, I have an announcement that relates to today's topic of truth and trust and facts and fake news. At the February meeting of the Page Board of Trustees, as we were discussing the next long-range strategic plan, the conversation naturally turned to the troubling developments happening in and around our profession. The rise of fake news and what it means for being able to reliably inform the public. Concerns about what Jerry sort of frankly called partisanship in journalism and the fourth estate that holds institutions to account. And perhaps most disturbing, blurring lines between truth and deceit, between fact and falsehood. The Page Society rarely speaks out on public issues. We are a learning and networking organization, not a trade association that lobbies government. But the trustees felt strongly that, as the most senior global organization in the profession, we have an obligation to speak out on these issues that go to the heart of what we believe and stand for. They said we must make a public statement in support of our principles. Over the ensuing 2 months, Gary Sheffer of Weber Shandwick, who recently retired as CCO of GE and is the immediate past chair of the Page Society, led a process through his subcommittee on the new media environment. With the support of our current chair, Dave Sampson of Chevron, and from me, Gary presented a proposed statement to the board on Wednesday. After a robust discussion and some amendments, that statement was adopted by the board. Earlier this morning, the Page Society issued a public statement that was approved Wednesday by the Board of Trustees, and it reads as follows. The Arthur W. Page Society is rooted in the Page principles, the first of which is tell the truth. As communicators, our duty is to deal honestly in facts, even when they are inconvenient. Truth is not dead, as some may fear. It remains, as ever, the foundation of credibility and the lifeblood of trust. On behalf of the members of the Page Society, we reaffirm our deep commitment to ensuring truth in the practice of public communication. Corporations, governments, non-governmental organizations, and the media don't always get everything right. But all of us must share a commitment to the facts and the pursuit of truth. Distorting information, withholding the truth, or promulgating falsehoods violates the public's trust and denies its rightful opportunity to be engaged and informed. This is precisely why democratic societies require a free and fair press. In this respect, our profession is intertwined with journalism. The Page Society declares its support for journalists and public relations professionals who fearlessly fight for truth, bring facts to light, and hold government, business, and other institutions accountable. Thank you, Gary, and thank you, Dave. At 2 o'clock this afternoon, I'll be sitting down for a Facebook Live conversation with Gary on this topic. In the meantime, I think it's important to consider the board's statement in the context of 2 words I heard a lot yesterday, courage and humility. We think it's important to speak out on behalf of our principles, but as our statement says, we don't claim to always get it right, and we know journalists aren't perfect either. Fortune editor Alan Murray put it well recently. Gary quoted him this morning when he said, public relations and journalism deal in a common currency, facts. And I welcome Jerry Baker's perspective that journalism and public relations must have a non-confrontational and mutual desire to get to the truth. Our statement represents a reaffirmation of that commitment embodied in the Page Principles. Thank you. Now, I would like to thank Gary for assembling the panel you are about to see here. And here's Ron Culp, the professional director of the DePaul University Graduate Program in Public Relations, who will introduce the panel and moderate the discussion. Thank you.